What's up, everybody? Welcome to VGU.TV's PlayStation podcast, The DualShock Show, where greatness awaits. I'm one of your hosts, Matt Mobley. With me this week, Allan Muir.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen.
And, of course, Nate Hohl.
What's up?
Tom Freeman cannot join us today. He sent me a Facebook message this morning. He says, the family decided to do a barbecue out of the blue, and can't make it. But but he sends his regards and says, be sure to let everybody know that I platinum Dark Souls. So, you know.
He's just a humble man.
Because he's out of his fucking mind.
That does explain why or how he beat Last of Us on survival.
Yeah.
And it probably does explain why he's so angry and grumpy.
He did mention that he finished The Last of Us survival mode in about 7 hours. But he originally said 4 hours. And I was like, you're out of your fucking mind.
Yeah, and it's, his original playthrough took about 17 plus hours, or 17 and a half hours.
Yeah. I could believe the 7 hours a little bit better. But no way would it have been 4 hours. Speaking of which, we already know what Tom's been playing, apparently.
But he's not here, so who cares?
Yeah, so let's talk about what. Not to mention that he just got his Dark Souls is his 30th platinum.
What the fuck, man? Jesus.
And I still have 0.
You still have 0.
Same here.
Like, I don't see the point of platinuming a game.
Yeah.
It's just fun. Like, if you do it, you're just like, oh,
I like trophies and achievements and all that stuff, but I definitely don't ever really feel obligated to get all the trophies in the standard game. The closest I've ever come to Skyrim.
The only time I've ever done something like that, where to get all the every achievement something in the game, was Halo 3, and that was 6 years ago.
Mm.
Then they released DLC that basically negated all that. That added more online achievements.
Well, screw you, Bungie.
You're like, wow.
The thing I do love is that there were actually parties, groups dedicated to letting other people get the achievements.
Huh.
I really wish that would make a comeback.
We already know what Tom played this week, but let's talk about what we've been playing this week. Allan, what have you been playing this week? You did a review this week.
Yep, I played and reviewed one game. That game is Deadpool.
How did you feel about it?
Well, let's give some background. It's done by High Moon, who most recently did Transformers Fall of Cybertron. Spoilers.
Of course. They're Dynamite.
Wait, whoa, what? Cybertron Falls?
I was expecting it to be shit, because that's really what I've been reviewing lately. Just shit games. The only good game I reviewed was a game that is consistently good every year, which is the MLB The Show series.
Yeah. So,
in the main menu, there's an extra setting where you can, they have bios of certain characters done by Deadpool.
Oh god.
Oh,
and at that point, when I was just I started loving it from there. Then the game started. Unlike other games where it opened with a big cinematic, Deadpool's just chilling in his apartment, in his big comfy chair, his old ratty chair.
Just hanging out.
Yeah, and you're talking with Peter De La Pena, president of High Moon Studios about doing a game in the game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually show like Peter like calling Deadpool, like, "Hey man, like, I want to do a game with you."
They have Nolan North playing Nolan North.
Nice.
And I'm pretty sure actually I heard Deadpool say, "Fuck you, North" or something. But you can walk around the apartment, pet your dog, eat pizza, use the internets.
To look up porn.
No, I'm not going to say anything.
It's like, I mean, nah.
So basically, you're sent on this quest, or you're given, as some people, as Deadpool really isn't like he's not really that big to the outside, like the outsiders. Yeah. Like example, Wolverine, Batman.
Yeah,
they're instantly recognizable.
Yeah,
Deadpool. I originally wrote like in the review called him a niche or a niche character.
Yeah,
but it's mainly like, I don't want to say D-list, but lesser known.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard some people say like he's like if Wolverine or like the X-Men, all of them are like A-list, then he'd probably be like high to mid B-list.
Yeah. So after killing a whole bunch of people, you're tracking your target to the sewers, where you inflate a bounce castle.
This is amazing. Like, I just want to play it.
And you basically do a recap of the level you just played, where it's just insane, explosions everywhere, and you see the money, like the amount of money it costs, just going up and up and up and up. Then Peter calls frantically saying that you're spending all the game, but you spent all the budget for the game. So the next level is in the style of the original Legend of Zelda.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's funny.
With like skeletons attacking you. Then out of nowhere, Mr. Sinister shows up.
Oh.
And you're basically in Deadpool's his thought process. He has to stop. He has to get to the S-hole who killed the A-hole that cost him his money.
Well.
And there's constant like either daydreaming, falling for different things. Like Cable said that his number one fan, who happens to be a hot naked woman, wants to meet him. As he gets to her, it was all an optical illusion by Cable, and he can squeeze on where the woman's.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
This sounds perfectly ridiculous.
It does, and like you run into like some of the X-Men, like Rogue, Psylocke, Wolverine. And in games they have the like in the Walking Dead game, they had the thing where you have to kill the babysitter.
Yeah.
And you could like hit her as many times as you want.
Jeez.
They do something similar here, where like Wolverine is unconscious and you're just slapping him repeatedly trying to wake him up. And you can
I
just
saw the picture of it. It's like press say X to bitch slap and press O to be a quitter.
Yeah. And basically Cable, the X-Men, they're trying to stop Mr. Sinister, and you're just causing trouble for everyone. And the story, like, I'm not really a fan of Daniel Way, who wrote the game in collaboration with High Moon, and for a time was the writer for Deadpool. And another thing to say in my review, Deadpool's a tricky character to write, and like certain people can get him right, and some can't. Daniel Way, oddly, does good. Like he did well. The complete breaking of the fourth wall completely is great. The gameplay, though,
that's always one of my favorite aspects of Deadpool, the character.
But there's just so much crazy shit that that happens in this game. Your arm gets torn off, and you have to chase your dog, who somehow got to the area you are, and you have to repeatedly. You're like just barely walking. Your head is backwards, and because your head is backwards, your controls are inverted. You get Darth Mauled.
Darth Maul.
And you land on a guy, and you pretty much take control of that guy.
Nice.
There's like a machine that shoots out the explosive barrels, and you can keep mashing a button, and the scripting will just freak out, and the thing will disappear, along with all the other barrels. Like, and even the Deadpool script, like the script for the game, is in the game.
Nice.
But as people know, Deadpool he's not like Wolverine, where he'll just use his claws to slice and dice people. He uses dual swords and dual pistols. The melee stuff they got right. The shooting, not that great.
Not good.
No, it's like when you in normal game, like third-person shooter games, or in games that have guns, period. When you go to aim, you'll take out your gun. In this, you just you press L1, you just get a little, like a dot, or a little circle. But once I got the dual hammers, and by hammers I mean these giant hammers, it was great because like they spare no expense in showing how gory this game is.
Gory? I didn't even expect that.
Yeah, like there's a point you have to climb up your own entrails.
Oh, God.
And then basically cut it off, and that's when you fall on top of that guy and take control of that guy. And they sort of they did an homage of Arkham City. So like in Arkham City, when Batman gets hurt enough, his costume will get wrecked.
Kind of shredded.
Yeah, and in this, since Deadpool has Wolverine's healing factor, he as he takes damage over time, or if he takes a whole lot of damage, his costume will start to get destroyed. So there are times where I had to look at Deadpool's hideous face.
Because it's all burned and shit.
Yeah.
Or something like that. That's funny.
But there's
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
The problem with this game, and I compared it to another game that we talked about, I think, a week or two ago, Eat Lead, The Return of Mad Hazard.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's sort of like that game, in the terms that, like, it's making a parody of different game genres and eras.
Right.
But it doesn't really do anything new.
Kind of falls flat.
Not it falls, but gets up for a little bit, and then just as soon as it reaches a certain point, it just falls down completely and dies.
Oh. Well, that's no fun.
Like my sister's boyfriend, who is a big comics fan, I let him borrow the game and told him, don't expect it to be Arkham City.
Right.
I
don't think any of us were really, though.
Well, the game was announced, like, not even a year ago.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, it was announced at Comic-Con, last year's Comic-Con.
Yeah, I believe it was.
But there's, at a point where you think you've won the game, Deadpool goes on a Twitter-like site. It said, just killed Mr. Sinister. Then Wolverine comments first. Another one comments, Deadpool is so hot. Cable comments, that was another clone, you idiot. There's another one where Deadpool delivers a line, and an enemy comes by and delivers just the exact same line, and they actually pan out and show it like as if it was a movie set.
Mm.
So like your main enemy are clone soldiers, and it's a whole bunch of clones sitting there, clone directing. For some reason, Wolverine's just hanging out there. And they're all laughing.
He's like, I got nothing better to do.
Yeah, they're all laughing. So Deadpool just shoots the guy in the face and says, I didn't like that guy. He had a porno stash. It's the, if I had to, like, this game is much better than the Incredible Hulk game that came out a while back.
Well, I mean, you know, it's very hard to do a good Hulk game. Though, from what I understand, that game wasn't bad. Just wasn't, anything special.
Yeah, apparently Hulk he cannot go in water. Never knew that. And not only can he not go in water,
Little did you know.
if he went into water, he would just simply bounce off the water like he's Jesus.
He's not allowed. He can't swim.
But Deadpool makes different references. Like when he's using the hammers, he does Deadpool smash.
Oh, wow. Oh, shit.
Sorry about that. What's wrong?
God! Night!
Screwing everything up.
Overall, I liked it. I liked it. There were worse games that came out this year, and I kind of saw the light in terms of Walking Dead Survival Instincts, as people expected me to. Actually, the exact words were, "Even though I gave it a B+, I apologize for that."
Jeez.
So or what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, so overall you liked it, but it's not really anything special.
Yeah, and it's real disappointing because from what I hear, Fall of Cybertron was good.
Spoilers.
Yeah, apparently that.
That's what
on
Josh,
that infamous podcast, didn't Josh say that game made him cry?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, the only thing that's gonna make you cry with Deadpool is realizing that you paid $50 for a game that's less than 6 hours.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm not gonna do that. I mean, when it's really cheap, I'll probably end up being like, okay, I'll go ahead and give this a whirl. But
things like this are why I wish Blockbuster didn't die out.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it just would have been perfect.
Yeah, I tried to check out Redbox, but it wasn't in there. I was like, shit. I wanted to play it, but I can wait.
Yeah, overall, I ended up giving it a B.
So, you can find that review, listeners, over on VGU.TV. Take a look at it. Was that all that you were playing? That's all you got around to?
Yeah, I've been really wanting to buy Doom 3 BFG Edition.
Mm-hmm.
But every time I want to, I keep feeling that it's gonna be another waste of money, like Deadpool was.
That's a tough call. Like, I don't know if it would be a waste of money, but because from what I understand, it's a good game. But I have no idea.
Yeah,
I never played it. Anyway, now that we know what Allan's playing.
After that very detailed analysis of what I was playing.
I was like, now I don't even have to play the game. Nate, what have you been playing?
I've actually been playing something I'm going to write for the site as well. That a couple days ago, that Spartacus Legends game came out for PS3 and Xbox 360.
Hey, we're gonna talk about that game soon.
Oh yeah, I'm a huge fan of the show. So every episode, all 4 seasons, I think. And I was originally gonna play it on Xbox. I don't know why, just because it happened to be the first thing I know. But then it wouldn't work on the Xbox for some reason, so then I downloaded on PS3 and it worked perfectly. So PS3 beats Xbox once again.
From what I hear, the game is free. Is that true?
Yeah, it is. It's a free-to-play game. Has a bit of a tie-in with the show, there's a whole story mode where you're basically in the role of a lanista, or someone who manages their own school of gladiators, and you can like purchase new gladiators, and each different gladiators have like different styles, like twin swords, or sword and shield, or hammer, or something like that. And you work your way through these different districts of Rome and fighting different opponents, stuff like that. And eventually you can like unlock the opportunity to fight, like these big, legendary opponents who are characters from the show, like, Spartacus or, other people. And they're obviously like, they're really freaking hard. Like, I've yet to beat even the easiest one. And I've already put it in a good, 12, 15 hours into the game. The free-to-play model, it's in how they handle, like, the game's currency. Like, there's currency you can earn in-game as well, but then there's also, like, premium currency you can use to, like, purchase new weapons or armor or special, elite gladiators. It's pretty good. I mean, I've been enjoying it, to a degree. Like most free-to-play games, though, you definitely do eventually hit, like, this free-to-play wall where either, you just have to keep grinding or you shell out some money. And yeah, I'm gonna write up, like, I don't know if I want to, like, do, like, a formal review on it, or maybe just, like, impressions piece. But I'm definitely gonna write up something on it some point next week. Other than that, I've been playing some Uncharted, some God of War.
Uncharted.
Another free-to-play game now, by the way. I've been playing a lot of free-to-play. I mean, I also like there's that Tekken Revolution game, which is exclusive for PS3, which is also free-to-play, which I've been playing. Yeah, a lot of free-to-play games, man.
You're just getting some practice. You're getting some practice for PS4.
Oh yeah,
you're obviously forgetting one of the big free-to-play games.
Oh.
DC Universe Online.
Oh, yes. I still have that installed on my PS3. I just haven't played it in a while.
Oh, I finally uninstalled that. 19 gigs. God.
All freed up now.
To make room for the 27 gigs that was The Last of Us.
Yeah, Jesus. Great game, though.
Oh, yeah,
but really...
I finished that, early last week. And
yeah,
that's pretty much it.
We did the three of us, plus Nate Gamer and James Pangella, also did a Last of Us spoiler cast that should be up, if not now, then pretty soon. So
where James said to me, "Shut the fuck up."
You should stop.
Oh, James. You should stop talking.
All I did was say something apparently bad about KOTOR 2 and why they're showing the big sequel.
I remember there was something. Yeah.
Yeah, it was something about you said that KOTOR didn't need KOTOR 2. And,
yeah, the game ended on. There was really nothing that could be explored.
And he was like, "How is that relevant? That was amazing! Allan, stop talking!"
What is wrong with you?
And then I stopped talking for the rest of the spoiler cast.
Like, jeez.
But yeah, aside from Spartacus and some other free-to-play games, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Well, for me, excuse me, got up early today.
I just want to say, Nate's what he's been playing was like 5 minutes.
Yeah. And he played more games than you did.
Well, I mean, I definitely could talk about more Spartacus, but definitely I want to save it for whatever I write about it.
Yeah. Okay, so I mentioned a couple of these on the GamerCast on I guess it was Sunday, or sometime not long after Sunday, but
I think it was either Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and recap what I've been playing. While Tom got his 30th platinum, I managed to get my 20th in Saints Row the Third. I spent, I literally was it was Sunday, because I just checked the date, the timestamp that I got it, and or maybe it was like, hold on, yeah, it was Sunday. And I woke up, I turned it on, I had 2 trophies left, but they were like 100% like trophies, where like complete all the challenges and complete all the car hijackings. So I was literally playing Saints Row all day just to get 2 trophies. And I finally got that platinum, and I was like, oh, thank Christ. And then I deleted it off my hard drive, and then I deleted it and downloaded it into my Instant Game collection and sold my physical copy. So, I sold a lot of games, actually. I have like $116 in GameStop credit right now. Since we had, and then I deleted, Sleeping Dogs off my hard drive because I was like, I played it. I do want to play it again, but there are other games that I need to play anyway. So I put on Little Big Karting, and I was like, yeah, I'll try this. I played a little bit, and I wasn't a huge fan. I was like, I don't really like this. Plus, I got no trophies in like an hour and a half, so I was like, fuck this. And then I turned on Dead Space. I actually downloaded XCOM in its place after I deleted Little Bit Karting, but I haven't started it yet. I turned on Dead Space because I only have the 1 trophy left until its platinum, which is the impossible playthrough, and then made pretty much like 0% progress. So I was like, I'm not really having a lot of fun. And I played this game like fucking 5 times already. I really just don't want to play it anymore. So that was also a game that I sold. I turned on Red Dead Redemption for a little while, just working on challenges so I could get 100%. Because I don't expect to like platinum in that game, but I would like to at least get 100% like I did in Grand Theft Auto 4, which I will also do for Grand Theft Auto 5 at some point. You know, when it comes out, I'll be working towards that. Another game that I sold, and I put it in long enough to make sure that I wanted to sell it, was Midnight Club Los Angeles. I turned it on and was like, do I want to sell this? And then I played like for less than 10 minutes before I was like, yeah, I'll sell it. Got some good money for it though, cause, for that and Saints Row, cause they were both complete editions. And I've been playing that Machinarium. I still don't know how to pronounce it. Machinarium. One of them. I don't know. It's good. So it's a little challenging, but it's still good. Anyway, that is what I've been playing. That's what we've been playing, listeners. But now it's time to talk about what you're going to be playing. It is time for the PlayStation Plus deals. Allan, what did we get in the store?
We got Zero Escape, Virtue's Last Reward for the Vita.
For free.
Yes.
So if you're one of the 3 people that have a Vita, you should pick that up, I guess. Still waiting on that price drop, Sonny. Nobody's gonna buy it that much.
Fat Princess is on sale for $3.75.
I'll just download it from Josh's hard drive.
Escape Plan is the same price for Vita.
I heard it was good. I played the demo back, on the GameStop's like in-store Vita. I kind of enjoyed it, but don't have a Vita, so.
Pool Nation is $5.09.
It's a nation of pools. Right? That's how it goes, right?
Something like that. And Hydrophobia is 60 cents.
Ugh, God. They're just begging to give that away. It's not good at all. I hated it. Like, I didn't even actually play the game. Like, I played the demo and was like, this is awful. The voice acting is awful. It's like a bunch of people with Scottish accents that are obviously fake. And they're just trying so hard to make themselves sound Scottish. Or maybe they really are Scottish, but they sound fake, so, fuck them. That's My
Hey,
opinion.
I'm Scottish.
Yeah, but you don't have an accent.
I wish I did.
If you had a legitimate accent, then I'd be like, okay.
That sounded much cooler.
But, anyway, I'm sorry. Go on. Notable additions and deals.
Deadpool for yeah, Deadpool. They billed it as $59.99, even though the
$60.
but it actually is $49.99. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on there.
In stores it's $50, but online it's 60.
I mean, I expect this on the if it
I
was,
think they corrected it, then they talked about how like they accidentally listed it as $10 higher than it was supposed to be in the PSN store, and they gave refund. They gave like $10 coupons to whoever purchased again. I think, I don't know.
But I wouldn't be surprised if this happened on the Xbox Marketplace. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, $40 for Time Shift?
We expect more.
I mean,
from
yeah.
you, PS.
It had Dennis Quaid in it, but... God. I was so excited for that game when it came out. And it's just like, no, this, believe it or not, but this is better than Haze.
Haze.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's not saying a lot. That's not saying a lot at all. What else do we get? Indie bundles?
Yeah, an indie bundle for $5.99.
Yeah, it's got Break Quest, Jetpack Joyride, Enigma, Wizorb, and Carnivores, Dinosaur Hunter, none of which sound very good.
Well, I heard Jetpack Joyride is actually pretty good.
Jetpack Joyride might be. Hotline Miami. Crossbuy. Is that also...
What was that?
I said, is that also on the PS3? Like, I'm still fuzzy on Crossbuy. I think that means it's on PS3, right?
Yeah, you got the PS3 version and the Vita version.
Awesome. It's supposed to be very, very good. Like, a lot of fun. So...
All I see when I think of Hotline Miami is that dude in a pig mask.
Yeah. Like, I told Josh he should get it, because what I saw was the guy in the pig mask, and he was like, I don't want any of that, and then he just fucking, like, turned it off. Never played it. I was like, people love it, though. It's supposed to be really good. Anyhow. Well, let's see. I'm looking at it now. Create Studios bundle for $19.99. Some game called Germinator, Labyrinth Legends, Digger HD, Pinballistic. What? That sounds tight. Test Yourself and Psych Yourself. Ooh, that sounds. Spartacus Legends for free. So, and pretty much like the same stuff in the EU store. Deadpool, Hotline Miami, for a little cheaper. The indie bundle version 2. Yeah, that's about it. Every week we talk about news stories, because news never rests. The media never rests. So here we are. I just realized I was looking in the drive, and I just realized that usually every week I'm like news stories for, and then I put the date show, and I haven't done that lately, and it just says news stories for June show.
Oh yeah, I can't believe I didn't notice that.
Anyway, Allan, would you like to start us off with This Week in PlayStation?
Yes, and I also call the next one too.
Alright, go for it.
Todd Hollinshead, who was the president of id Software, has left the company to pursue personal interests. As you guys may have known, Doom 4 wasn't living up to what Bethesda wanted, so they canceled Rage 2 and brought the development team to Doom 4 to basically redo it from scratch. So,
Dang.
yeah, no wonder he left.
I had no, desire, I was okay, but lots of people, I have nothing really else to say on that. If you want to just keep going.
Yeah.
Unless Nate's got some comment.
I don't know, I'm good.
No, I'm alright.
I'm okay.
Big news for all you, for the wrestling fans of the wrestling. The cover art for WWE 2K14 and the trailer were revealed on Raw on Monday. The trailer has a mix of gameplay and real footage featuring talents like John Cena, Dolph Ziggler, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Shawn Michaels. Oh, and Dwayne Johnson is on the cover, so he's in the game portraying the role of The Rock.
That guy is awesome. I don't give a shit.
But more important than anything else, the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Oh yeah, he's in the game.
Oh yeah, Bonesaw is ready. It's like one of the best parts of the Spider-Man movie.
Rest in peace, Macho Man.
Yeah. I'm gonna take this one, if you don't mind. Actress and Beyond 2 Soul star Ellen Page recently had a qualm with developer Naughty Dog over her claiming her likeness was used for Ellie in The Last of Us. But good news, the actor Naughty Dog picked it up, and it turns out they were only thinking about Mobile. I agree with that, honestly. Alan, you wrote this story. Do you have anything any other light to shed?
Yeah, there was really nothing going on at all. Hell, on Twitter, Naughty Dog's commented on the whole thing, and Ellen Page mentioned them in a tweet saying, "Can't wait to play the game." So
they've all made up.
It's
yeah. I honestly don't. Yeah. I don't think Ellie was a thing like Ellen Page. I think Ellen Page just happened to see all these people complaining that Ellie looked like her, and then she just figured, oh, okay, I guess she does kind of look like me. I guess I'll complain. And I was like,
the original Ellie model, in the very first announcement trailer, kind of looks like Ellen Page, but when they changed her,
I guess that's
when they changed her up, she looks less so. Speaking of The Last of Us and Ellie, I wanted to share a funny image with you guys. Obviously this is an audio podcast, the listeners can't see it, but I will say that, I will kind of describe it because it's really more text-based anyway. It's just a static picture of Ellie, and it says 14 years old, never gets a chance to shower, always under extreme stress, no acne. So
yeah, it is kind of odd.
Next up, Sony's Shuhei Yoshida said in a recent interview with Famitsu that the backlash over Microsoft's initial now changed stance on DRM, online connectivity, etc., was a very useful source, and that it didn't have any effect on their policies, but reaffirmed that they were on the right track. So, I mean, I don't know what else to say about this exactly. I mean, Microsoft, regardless, like we talked about the Microsoft 180 last week, and I already said that, like, it makes them look like kind of a joke. Either, like, they really couldn't win either way. Sure, like, if they kept the DRM and all that, it would have been terrible and everybody would have fucking hated it. But the fact that they had to go back and be like, okay, we hear you, like, we'll just thought we were moving into the future, but sure, no, okay, yeah. It makes them look like, assholes and pussies. Like, so you could have done this the whole time? You just wanted to be dicks? I guess. I don't know. It's a weird situation for me. I guess it's just, I always find a reason to hate Microsoft. But, still, Shuhei is right. PS4 still winning. That's my opinion. Unless, do you guys have any, comments on that real quick?
No, I mean, I agree. Like, Xbox One is looking less and less appealing to me each day. Especially, like, they're still keeping the $100 price difference.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Like, it's cool that they, changed some of those more ridiculous policies, but, yeah.
Yeah. We were talking about Saints Row the Third earlier, because I platinumed it. Just saying. It's not a very hard platinum. Like, it just takes a little time, but I'm just like 20 platinums. What? Saints Row 4 has been denied classification in Australia over 2 red flags. One is an alien probe weapon that resembles a dildo that, quote, when using this weapon, the player approaches a clothed victim from behind and thrusts the weapon between the victim's legs and then lifts them off the ground before pulling a trigger that launches the victim into the air. Sounds like Saints Row.
I was gonna say typical Saints Row fashion.
The second red flag were the alien narcotics that, once smoked, gave the person superpowers, thus making the game easier. Deep Silver has said that Volition plans to use the code to make a completely different weapon that is appropriate with Australia's standards.
Oh, Australia.
Oh, Australia. Don't be pussies. Come on. Saints Row.
Did the dildo from Saints Row the Third make it into the Australian one?
I don't know.
Because that is a really good question. Because I know that that would just make them...
They'd be like, excuse me? That was pretty much my melee weapon for the longest time. Where am I going? Oh, here I am. Completely predictable move. Sony is launching an indie section on PSN Store for Vita. The section of the store has 53 current indie titles with 50 on the way and, quote, a lot more in the works. Like I said earlier, great. Good for you, Sony.
Guacamole!
Have more, games to play on the Vita. But, what would be great is if you could give us a, price drop. Because, nobody wants to pay that much for a Vita.
You know who's really probably happy about this? Rockstar.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because you've been complaining to Sony and not them.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. I'll get back on Rockstar eventually.
I haven't forgotten about them.
They're still on my radar. Rockstar, first things first. get me a CD box set for Vice City Stories. It'll sell just as well as the one for Vice City. And secondly, HD remakes with trophies. So much money. So much money in your pocket. Do it.
Make it happen.
Do it. I don't even care if it's in HD. Just slap some trophies in there. Here's my favorite piece of news this week. Hideo Kojima, I'm sorry, that was so white. Hideo Kojima is in the process of finding a studio to develop a remake of the original Metal Gear Solid using the Fox engine that is currently powering MGS5, The Phantom Pain. The last Metal Gear remake was done over a decade ago by Silicon Knights on the GameCube in the form of Twin Snakes, which I have and really like. I swear to Christ, I will, if I see that this is like a reality and like I manage to get my hands on a physical copy, I will shit my pants right in the store. You heard it here first. DualShock Show episode 21. I will shit my pants right in the store. I probably won't. I will fail to deliver on that. But, I will be extremely happy. What do you guys think? Do you have any opinions on this?
Yeah, I think it's cool, you know? I mean, I hope they find someone. I think it'd be a cool kind of throwback to kind of get people geared up for MGS5.
Oh, yeah. I'm very curious as to, like, apparently you can do it on the with PS1 Classics. You know, like, you can go into the menu and switch controllers. But I'm wondering how they'll handle Psycho Mantis, you know, in a remake like that.
Oh, yeah.
So, goddamn. There's also, like, it's really hard to play. MGS is a really hard game to play, like, digitally. Not just for that, but also, like, I mean, I guess if you have internet, it's not hard, but still, like, the whole Meryl thing, like, calling Meryl.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't have the box. I have to look this up. So, anyway, yeah, seeing a Metal Gear Solid, like, with MGS5's graphics, that would be phenomenal. I actually really want to play the original, like, on the PS1. Cause I never have. I only played Twin Snakes. But, and I think it would be really good to, do it, on the PS1, considering that one scene where, like, in 4 where Snake is dreaming and he has the MGS1 face on, all pixelated and all that. Allan, did you have any comments?
No.
Okay then. Did you want to take, this next piece?
Sure, why not? In an interview with IGN, Bethesda's Pete Hines spoke on the potential of Wolfenstein: The New Order. Ultimately, part of it is just the intent and the notion that Machine Games has. When we looked at it, we wanted to put our own take on it, so it still has the crazy, over-the-top action, but it has all these other elements to it now. Then you look at the violence, it's got some of that Tarantino over-the-top Nazi killing. That's not unintentional. They wanted to get the tone of BJ's ridiculous commentary and internal monologue. They felt like there was something compelling to do there.
Nice.
Basically, it's rare recently when Bethesda praises a game.
Yeah.
That is a rare thing because lately they've been poo-pooing everything.
Yeah.
When I say everything, I mean Prey 2, Rage 2, Doom 4.
Well, hey, that's okay, because I always poo-poo Bethesda, so.
He also said that in a separate interview that they don't want to turn Fallout into an annualized franchise.
Next up, an HD Ultimate Edition of Pixel Junk Monsters is being developed by Double 11 Studios, who had previously done the Vita ports of LBP and Limbo. The game will contain more than 30 hours of gameplay. I've never played any of the Pixel Junk games. I have played Limbo, so and that was really good. So
Which is it's kind of funny considering Nate Gamer's Bill Tower Defense game.
Yeah. Oh, that would be awesome. Have you guys played Pixel Junk before?
I have let's just say I despise all tower defense games.
Let's see. I see. Well, that's fair. I probably would too. Next up then. SCE CEO Jim Ryan told Game Reactor that Sony's first-party studios have 30 games in development for the PS4. 20 will be released within the PS4's first year, 12 of which are new IPs. One of the new IPs announced at E3 was Ready at Dawn's The Order 1886. Ryan told Game Reactor that more would be revealed at Gamescom in August. Oh, God, I love game events. So much shit to talk about. So, you know, PS4 is, gonna get a bunch of new IPs. And, all that. We're still winning. James Pangella would be interested in this. I personally am not, but the cover athlete for NHL 14 has been announced, and it is none other than longtime New Jersey Devils goalie Martin Brodeur.
Let me pronounce that. It's Martin Brodeur.
Okay. All right.
I live in a house that is full of Ranger fans.
Well, I was close.
You were.
Another Naughty Dog story. Apparently, Naughty Dog has asked Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, who just made This Is the End,
and also Superbad.
Yeah, well, they wrote it, but they didn't. Yeah, I mean they're mostly writers, but I think they directed This Is the End. As well, because I think that was Seth Rogen's first directing debut. Anyway, Naughty Dog asked Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg to write a treatment for an Uncharted film multiple times. The problem is finding the right treatment and not making it like Indiana Jones. Quote, if we could figure out a way to make it not Indiana Jones, it'd be awesome. And I can understand that, because it draws off of Indiana Jones, but you don't want to be, you don't want people to be like, this is a clone, this is stupid. Something. This was some surprising news. I saw it like on the Fix, a while back. I didn't actually watch the video, but I was like, huh. It appears that the assets for the original Kingdom Hearts were lost some time ago, and Square Enix had to recreate everything from scratch for the 1.5 remix. Imagine that.
I really wonder how they got lost.
You're like, huh. It's just like, I misplaced Kingdom Hearts.
I may or may not have terminated the design doc and everything associated with it.
Hey, boss!
Props won't be mad.
It's like, hey, boss, we were done with Kingdom Hearts, right? Well, I thought we'd re-release it on with the 1.5 remix.
Oh. Awkward.
Well, you're gonna think this is funny in like years.
Have I got a funny story for you?
When we look back on this, you're gonna laugh.
At least it's not as bad as what the BBC did with Doctor Who in the 60s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, after certain, like after a bunch of episodes were there, they literally destroy the episodes, like the tapes, because they'd figure no one would want to watch it again.
Well, that was a bad decision.
Yeah, another way to mock Tom while he's not on the show. Dumb Brits.
Sucking bastards.
Another Shuhei story. Shuhei Yoshida confirmed that the PlayStation 4 will not have a power brick. It's have a supply, which is interesting.
Yeah, this differs from the fact that the Xbox One will have the power brick.
Yeah. Oh, shit. And finally, it looks like the PS4 was going to cost the same as the Xbox One at one point. Sony had planned to bundle in the PlayStation Eye, which would raise the price just like the Microsoft bundling in the Kinect in every Xbox One. So the PlayStation 4 would have been $499. And I like to think that Mark Cerny and Jack the E3 conference, I guess, and they were like, chuck the eye.
Get rid of it.
Yeah, because I remember on after the price was announced on Amazon, it had basically the image had the PS4 and the PlayStation Eye in it. So it must have been changed right after.
Interesting. Well. Anyway. Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyways, that's all for this week in PlayStation. That's going to kind of lead to the top of the week. Which is Microsoft versus Sony. It's kind of been a pissing contest between these two. The power brick and the pricing and all that. And of course that's kind of to be expected because they're both releasing consoles this year. It's a huge thing. It's a huge competition. They're kind of going back and forth like, hey, buy mine, don't buy his. And I understand that. But it's really it's turned into like just a real, I don't know how to describe it. Allan, you were kind of discussing it earlier today before we started the show. Why don't you kind of take the lead on this one?
Okay. Basically it seems that every move that one of these companies makes, the other seems to either do the same or basically skip it and use the fact that they're skipping it as a feature.
Yeah.
Example, the PS4 comes with a headset. The Xbox One does not come with a headset.
So it's very much like, well, anything you can do, I can do better. Kind of.
This actually fits, if there was ever a time for it only does PlayStation, that time is now.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's Nintendo and Sega all over again. The funny thing though is that Nintendo is just completely out. They're not even a factor right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're not really. Nobody's really concerned about Nintendo. Anybody that's getting a Wii U already has it.
Yeah, I already have one, and apparently it's been on for like a month already.
I mean, one day I'll probably get a Wii U, only for like a Zelda game that comes out for it, because I do really like that franchise. But no, my girlfriend and I we've discussed like what kind of games we'd have like in our if we moved in together, and she says, "Well, I really like Nintendo. You know, I like Metroid and Zelda's amazing and all that." And I said, "That's fine, but you get to buy the Nintendo system, so I'll just get the PlayStation."
It's a fair compromise.
Of course, I also insisted that if she was going to get them, she had to get all of them so that she could play like the older games on the original platforms. And she was like, "Okay, I already have a Super Nintendo and a GameCube, but you gotta take care of the NES and the N64." Anyway, yeah, it's very much well, they're doing this, so let's do this. Like it's very, every time one of them hears something about the other, they immediately do something to try to make theirs better. Like in that regard, is kind of what we're saying here. So,
Yeah, to
me personally. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
To give a comparison in a different medium, that medium being comic books.
Because Tom's not here, he can't stop us.
Yeah. You can't say children.
Welcome to the "Fuck You, Tom" segment of the show.
Martin Goodman, who was the basically like the head guy at DC.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, sorry, Martin Goodman was the big guy at Timely Comics, which eventually became Marvel. He was having a golf game with Jack Leibowitz, head guy at DC, because that's what old rich white men do. They play golf. He was bragging about the new comic, the Justice League, by simply taking all their big characters and putting them in one book. Martin Goodman came back to the Timely offices, had his editor-in-chief come in, that editor-in-chief being Stan Lee, and basically told him, do that.
Do that, put them all together.
Even though the Avengers would come much later, this ultimately led to the creation of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Which is, as I say, it's the first family in comics.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't matter because like they
it's tough. Yeah,
it's tough because like Sony really was like they were dead set on having the PlayStation Eye bundled with the PS4.
And now they've kind kind of scrapped it. They're like, well, we want to win this, then we gotta chuck the PlayStation 9 because it's basically the Kinect in this scenario.
Yeah, and this led to them reworking or like doing a major rehaul of the DualShock 4.
Yeah. So it's crazy. Obviously, it's not stopping me. Like I'm still gonna get a PlayStation 4 at some point. And I'm very excited for that. And fuck everything about the Xbox. Even after their change in policies, I'm still like not interested at all in their bullshit. So
yeah, I mean, this whole thing, it's really just about it's just about a couple things. It's the games and having fun. But no matter how many times people try to say that, there will always be the fanboys for each side who'll say Xbox is better, no, PS3 is better. No.
Yeah.
We can all agree that Nintendo is terrible, but
Nintendo needs to get their heads out of their asses is the problem. Like, get back to what made them so special. And that's, great first party support. And exclusives like Castlevania and, well, I mean, Castlevania's not an exclusive anymore, but, Metroid and Zelda and all those.
Bayonetta 2 is.
Bayonetta 2 is, and I gotta say, I actually, watched the trailer and was like, I don't actually really want to play this. And it sucked because I was like, I like Bayonetta, but I really don't want to play this. And then I remembered, while I liked Bayonetta wasn't really that good. So I was like, I'm not really missing much. But anyway. Nate, what do you think about all this virtual?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still, when it comes to the whole console debate, I definitely feel like I'm still very much in the PS4 camp. Even before the new consoles were announced, even just in the past couple months, I've just been getting kind of more and more fed up with all this stupid bull crap that Microsoft does with the Xbox, which Sony doesn't seem to do with the the PlayStation Series. Obviously, after the consoles were announced, and one of the big vivid moments that stands out to me is that point at the end of E3 when Sony was basically just like, hey, all that stupid crap that Microsoft is doing with the Xbox? Guess what has none of it?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I don't think there's really anything.
That was kind of like the beginning of it.
Yeah. For me personally, there's really, and I'm not saying this, as someone who's trying to be overly biased, but there's really nothing Microsoft can do at this point that'd probably sway me. The Xbox the Xbox One just does not seem like the kind of console for me, which is fine. I actually think it would be actually very perfect for, some of my brothers who are really into, shooter games and sports and, all that stuff that they kind of showcase during the Xbox One event. So while I'm not, me personally, I would consider myself more a PS4 guy, but I'm not gonna say that, Xbox One sucks, because it definitely will appeal to a certain kind of crowd.
I will.
Also, people focus mainly on this generation. They forget that the previous, 10 years ago generation, the PlayStation 2 was still kicking ass. Xbox was still getting established. And it was basically Microsoft launching the Xbox 360 early that they caught the public eye It caught the mainstream eye. And over time, there was really no alternative as the features were getting ridiculous and what you were getting for your $50 or $60 was getting ridiculous. You couldn't do anything, but over time, Sony started to build up momentum, and their 10-year plan or 5-year plan kicked in.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, everyone knew that Xbox Live Gold, or the Xbox Live subscription model, was never going to be perfect.
At this point, I can admit that both consoles are on a very level playing field right now. Well, not very level, but more level than before. It's pretty much come down to A, how much money are you willing to spend, and B, which company and or console do you like more? Because we're kind of at a point where it's like, here we are, and they're both coming out on holiday. They both have their perks. You have to pay for online for both now. Now without this DRM and always online and all all that, it's a little more level. It just comes down to, do you want to pay $500 or $400 and whatnot, all that. So, and it's really gonna come down to like Xbox guys are going to buy the Xbox, and PlayStation guys are gonna buy the PlayStation. Maybe someone will. I've seen a few instances where I have a friend that has an Xbox and he loved it. He loved his 360. But after E3, he was like, "I'm gonna go to PlayStation." There will be minds that are changed, but ultimately, at this point, it's going to come down to well, I like PlayStation, so I'm getting PlayStation, or I like Xbox, so I'm going to get the Xbox. Or, if you're cheap, then, I only have $400 to blow, not $500. So, unless, and at that point, the only way to make it more level, like I said about the price, is if Microsoft magically is fuck it, $400, and we're bumping down Xbox Live $10, $10. So they'll both be $400, and their online service will be $50 a year.
I thought you were going to say $10 a month.
I was going to say $10 a month. I was like, that's not right.
That's actually more thievery.
That's actually more. That would be terrible. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. From what I understand, even if you didn't have PlayStation Plus, you could still play Netflix, right?
Oh yeah, you didn't need PS Plus.
Well, on the PS4. Because you had to pay for online now, or online gaming at least. I don't know. So
yeah, they don't seem to. They really haven't said anything about that.
I know, I think certain features, you won't need PS Plus to use the social features and stuff like that, or to play some of the free to play games.
Hence the name free to play games.
Yeah, be kind of stupid.
Yeah, but hopefully they can work around that, because that is also another big problem that people have is I want to watch my Netflix, but I have to pay not only for my Netflix fees, but for my online fees on my console. Yeah. So hopefully they can work around that because that'll also give them another advantage. I personally don't have a whole lot more to say on this. If you guys have more comments, please feel free, and yeah. But as far as like original ideas off the top of my head, I have like conversational points. I don't have anything.
I think I'm good too.
So, how about you, Allan? You got any more?
No, that's all I got.
All right. So it's time for the community section. Every week we send out a question to the community. We ask them how they felt about certain things in the news, all that. Last week we asked how you felt about the Xbox 180, and let me tell you, nobody answered. Because I pretty much dropped the ball and asked the question out, sent the question out like 10 minutes before we started recording, and did not give Albert enough time to prepare. That's why we also don't really have any. Well, hold on. Okay, never mind. I had a notification on Twitter. I was like, oh shit, but somebody just favorited a tweet. I was like, oh, never mind that. Anyway, nobody asked us questions, nobody answered a question, but we still don't let that get us down, and we still send out a question every week. And this question is, it's gonna kind of be tied in with the Metal Gear Solid Remake news. As you guys know, I'm very excited about it. I'm ecstatic. This has been done before with a lot of my favorite franchise. It's already been done with Metal Gear Solid. It's been done with Resident Evil. The first one had a GameCube remake that was beautiful, and that I really, really want to play again. Because, I mean, there's nothing like seeing that mansion in those graphics. Anyway, the question this week is, what other games would you like to see remade with present day graphics? Personally, I'd like to see Max Payne, or perhaps, I don't know, maybe Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I'd like to see that with a retouch, I don't know, of graphics. See Vice City in today's graphics. Or, Rockstar, just a new Vice City game. That'd be cool. Maybe you'd do that. Not that I'm not excited for Grand Theft Auto 5 in Los Santos, but hoping for Vice City again. What about you guys? How about you? Allan Allan and Nate?
Probably maybe the Star Wars Jedi Knight series, like the Katar and stuff. Yeah, that'd be freaking sick in like current gen graphics. Because those games are in my opinion, some of the best Star Wars games out there. Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Knight 3, Jedi Academy. We could like create your own characters and like have lightsaber styles and have all these crazy multiplayer, 32 people lightsaber battles. I think those kind of games with like current gen graphics would be freaking awesome.
Jedi Academy, a game that came out 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Allan?
Guitar Hero. No, I'm kidding. No one wants another Guitar Hero.
that kind of fad is kind of over now. Like,
Yeah, the whole
people
music.
still play it.
Because Activision killed it.
People still play it, but like nobody really wants to like buy it anymore. But yeah. What's a real game?
Real.
Probably System Shock 2.
Oh, nice, sweet.
Oh, that is a good game to consider. There's another one I was saying. Maybe Fatal Frame would also be a good one to do. You know, give it better voice acting. I wonder what was the last time I saw my brother was, or something like that. I don't remember the line was, but basically that delivery.
Can I just list my two
Anyway.
almost?
Yeah, of course. Go for it.
Shenmue?
Oh my god, yes! Alan Muir, I love you. That is literally like my favorite. Shenmue and Shenmue 2 is like my favorite like game series of all time. And I'm still one of those like idiots who's waiting out for Shenmue 3. Make it happen, Yu Suzuki. So sorry to interrupt.
I've never played it, so I wouldn't know.
Really, really good.
Matt, the reason I haven't played it is because it was a Dreamcast.
And Xbox, yeah. Well, the first one came out for Dreamcast, and then the second one came out for Xbox.
And it's sort of like a life simulator.
Yeah, sort of.
You're playing.
It's like an adventure-ish, like adventure fighting game-ish kind of deal. Sort of.
It had some bad voice acting,
God.
But that actually made it even better.
Yeah, that's kind of part of its charm.
And it had perhaps the best minigame, Lucky Hit.
Oh my god, Lucky Hit. Yeah, it's cool because like you could like play like one of the activities you could do in the game is you go to like to arcades and play like old school Sega games like Space Harrier and stuff like that, which is kind of neat. But yeah, Shenmue.
Shenmue, and what was the other one?
KOTOR.
Yeah, KOTOR would be cool.
Oh yes, KOTOR.
Or just make a KOTOR 3. I mean, jeez.
Anyway, let's see. I'm trying to think if there's any others, but I don't think there are. I do remember when they were talking about there was an image somewhere. There's an image somewhere on the internet of like someone kind of reanimated the what is it? Super Metroid with beautiful like awesome graphics. Not reanimated, but like did some artwork, and it looks amazing. And I think that would be kind of cool. Half-Life 1, but I think they did them after that. Well, you know what? One more, and it's actually kind of ties back to the original idea. Snake Eater. Snake Eater would be amazing.
Great, now that song's stuck in my head now.
Of course it is. You know why? Because it's the best song in a video game ever. It's the best song made for a video game, I should say. It's so good. Metal Gear usually has great music for each one. Okay. I think that's about going to do it for us. Listeners, don't forget to tell us which game you would like to see remade in present day graphics. But until next time, thank you for listening to VGU.TV's PlayStation Podcast, the DualShock Show. Hopefully, Allan will be able to cut it together to make it sound like we didn't have a slew of technical difficulties throughout. But if you could tell, then we apologize and we hope that you still managed to enjoy it. Rate and subscribe to our iTunes under DualShock Show. Give us 5 stars. Maybe even leave us a review. Please visit our website, VGU.TV. Find us on Facebook or tweet at us at VGU.TV. You can also find us on YouTube at youtube.com/VGU.TV official, where you can also find this podcast in video format. DualShock also has a Facebook. DualShock Show. Or if you want to tweet at us individually, Nate H. Nate Hohl over here is Nate, at Nate Hohl, that's Hohl. Allan is at the Allan Muir, that's TheAllanMuir. I am at Mattman07 with 2 T's in case you're wondering. And Tom, he's not here, but give him a shout out at Gaming Hobbyist. This is a PlayStation show, so if you want to play PSN with us, Nate is Opposed Crow. That is Opposed with a D, in case you couldn't hear me. Opposed Crow, all one word. Allan, all one word. That Jew boy, B-O-I, not B-O-Y. It's not anti-Semitic. He's Jewish. I had to practice that. I wanted to make sure that I didn't say it was racist. I am Mattman310, and Tom is Pie_Guy. That's Pie Guy. Guy with a pie. Thank you again for listening to DualShock, and we'll see you next time. Never stop playing.